Well, hello people. So today in this video, the idea is to talk to you about the most fascinating abbreviation in digital marketing, which is called as ROAS. We call it ROAS. And this is something without which you cannot make a e-commerce project successful. So when you talk to any clients, when you get into any interviews for a e-commerce website, a project of e-commerce, then they will always be asking you, how will you increase the ROAS? How will you get it from 4x to 5x, 5x to 6x? What strategy would you like to play for it? And that's why it's really important to manage the ROAS. If I talk about the different platforms, so let's say when I get a client, any client in e-commerce who wants me to manage his Facebook ad account, then he usually says, okay, I have a ROAS of 4x. 4x is a very simple, not very simple though, but yeah, 4x is something that we could generate after performing the projects. So when you say, okay, I have a project of 4x and I want you to increase this ROAS from 4x to 6x, and then he want me to manage the project. That's how things happen in the actual world. So basically he's trying to say, if he's spending around 1 lakh rupees a month on Facebook platform, then with 4x returns, he is getting sales or value of 4 lakh rupees. And then he want me to increase the sale from 4x to 6x. Again, in Google, if he want me to increase the or to get the ROAS of 9x, then he's trying to say, if he's spending 1 lakh rupees on a project on Google Ads, then he want me to generate return of 9 lakh rupees. So 9x, 6x, 30x, 15x, all of these terms means it's the expected returns or the actual returns that we can generate from any project using different ad platforms. Now, if I talk about the formula, it's quite simple. Again, as I said, it's about the revenue divided by ad spend. So if I spend 1 lakh rupees, make a revenue of, let's say, 6 lakh rupees. So it's 6 divided by 1, which means we have 6x returns. Sometimes you also use it in percentage. Then it means we are talking about the 600% returns. But now the problem is, how do we calculate the returns for any project in Google Ads? How do we see that number? So if I'll make you look into this Google Ad account for Springtails from 1st of Jan till 11th of Jan, you can see we have these results. So we have generated sales of, oh my God, only 5 conversions. We have got 5 sales in last 10 days after spending 3,000 rupees. This is the ad spend cost. And we got a conversion value, which means sales of 1,000 rupees, which means after spending 3,000, we have only generated sale value of 1,000. This is the revenue for us, which means we have not even achieved the same amount of sale what we have spent on Google. This is even less than 1x. This is 0.30, 0.33x, something which is terrible to look at. But yeah, when you start any project in the beginning, you can see these numbers. In the initial weeks, the idea is to start making the sale, and then it takes a while for us to get it from 1x to 2x, then 3x, then 4x. So in the landscape of digital marketing, in fact, in any business, it takes a while to get the business profitable. In fact, it takes a while to achieve the break even. Anyways, so if I get to the bottom of these different campaigns, you can see that we have 5 campaigns running. Top 2 campaigns, which is PMAX and shopping campaign, have generated 5 conversions, 5 sales together, and we have a cost per conversion of 440 and 192 rupees with a conversion rate of 0.72 and 4.62. Overall conversion rate is 0.52, very poor performance. But how about ROAS? Do we get ROAS? Okay, target ROAS is something which means what we are trying to target. So we are targeting PMAX campaign to generate 1x return. But how about calculating or getting the ROAS metrics into this ad account? If I take you into columns, this is the option from where we add metrics. We don't actually have a ROAS metrics. We have target ROAS, we have average target ROAS, but that's not the actual ROAS. So how can we figure out the ROAS or addition of ROAS as a metric in Google Ad account? Because this is simply not available. Now, I have given you a formula. So using this formula, we can make a custom ROAS in the Google Ad account, for which we simply have to click on this columns button. Then we click on modify columns. We click on this custom columns, and we name this ROAS value, let's say ROAS hyphen springtails, ROAS for springtails. Then we have to deduce this metric or create this custom metric. So here we need to know this revenue, which means value. So value is the revenue, conversion value. This is the amount that we have generated, the revenue which we have generated. Then we use this division sign, and then cost. This is the cost. So the ROAS for us is conversion value, which means sales or revenue divided by the ad spend. Now, if I click on save, I shall be getting this formula added somewhere in these columns. So, yeah. Nope, I don't see it here. Oh God. Okay, so this is here, and okay, here we have it, ROAS springtails. Now I click on apply, and on these columns, I shall be getting the, yeah. So here I got this column added, ROAS springtails, the one which I just created. Now you can see in the first campaign, I have a return of less than 1x ROAS, not even 1%. This is 0.73. From shopping at 0.88, from remaining 3 campaigns, not even any value in returns in ROAS because I have not generated any sales. In total, on this account, we have a return of 0.35. Oh my God. Which means I am really making huge losses on this project. This is totally fine because we have just started this project. But slowly and gradually, we have to increase this number from 0.35 to 1x, then 2x, then 3x, and then we anywhere between 4x to 6x is a expected or accepted ROAS for any projects. Anyways, this was all for the day.